Today on Roughing the Taker, I want to take you down under and talk about the craziest college sports story I think I've ever heard. I'm talking about Tyler Buchner. And it's not because Tyler is the greatest player ever or even close to it. He barely has played. But his journey throughout college is one of the craziest I've ever heard. And it all culminated in yesterday's game against USC. So let's talk about Tyler. You got to start in high school to really understand. Tyler originally went to Bishop's High School here in California, where in his junior year he he had a combined 81 total touchdowns. 81 touchdowns. Along with being one of the best high school quarterbacks in the country, he's also one of the best lacrosse players in the country. And we'll get to that eventually. But for right now, just remember that. Then next year, he transfers to Helix High School. Not really sure why, but he transfers to Helix High School. Unfortunately, that's a COVID year. But it doesn't really matter. He doesn't play his senior year, doesn't matter. Already has offers from Alabama, Notre Dame, and many, many more. So what does he do? He says, I want to be a Golden Domer. I want to go to Notre Dame. Packs his bags, head into South Bend, Indiana. The 10th ranked national QB in the country arrives in Notre Dame. But Notre Dame, they always have these recruits, always have a bunch of people coming in. Doesn't really get a starting job. He doesn't play much his freshman year, 2021. 2022, he comes back, plays a little bit, gets hurt, then hurt pretty much the whole year, comes back for the Gator Bowl. In the Gator Bowl,
2 for 2 on third down on this drive. Buchner keeps it himself, and he goes straight into the end zone for an Irish touchdown.
MVP. He won the MVP. And that MVP in the Gator Bowl, not really that impressive, but it's the Gator Bowl. It's a bigger bowl if I'd have to pick one. He gets the attention of the greatest coach of all time, Nick Saban. So, Buchner, when you get a call from the greatest, you got to go to the greatest. So he heads to Tuscaloosa, expecting to get a lot of playing time. I mean, they wanted him. He's in the transfer portal. Transfers to Alabama. He'll figure he gets to play with the best team in the country. So he gets to start game 2. In the second game, he's benched for Ty Simpson, who eventually gets replaced by Jalen Milroe, and Milroe is still the starter to this day. The team goes to the CFB playoff. They lose to Michigan, but Buchner gains a lot of experience. He's had a good run. I mean, he's been to Notre Dame, been to Alabama, played for 2 of the biggest schools in the country, won a Gator Bowl MVP. So, Buchner's had a good run. He figures, I really did love playing lacrosse. So, why don't I play it again? So he enters the transfer portal. And he's not just transferring schools now, he's transferring sports. So, Buchner decides, I liked it up north. I liked it in South Bend. So he goes back to Notre Dame, back to his original school, but not to play football, to play lacrosse. And guess what? That team ends up winning the national championship. So Buchner has played in the Gator Bowl, played in the CFB playoff, and now he's got a lacrosse national championship. The former 4-star QB is a champion. So you figure that's a good run. That's a crazy run all of its own. But he gets that itch. He's feeling that itch come back. He wants to play football again. But Notre Dame, being the school it is, always has recruits coming in. You can't really just be on the team again because you were on the team. So he has to walk on. But Coach Freeman tells him, we got Riley Leonard coming in. We got a good team. We don't really need a QB. You got to earn your spot. Earn it on special teams. Earn it as a wide receiver. He makes it as a wide receiver. Has to switch his number. He's number 26 now. Buchner, what a run. What a run. And you figure, he's a quarterback. He did have a lot of rushing yards in high school and sometimes in college, but he's not going to play much, He'll be there for special teams, be there for support, be there for knowledge. He can help the offense a lot just with knowledge. So he doesn't really play much this year. Doesn't play a whole lot, but the Irish are rolling throughout the year. They're 10-1. USC is up next, their longtime rival. It's going to be a tight one. Even if USC is not great this year, we know it's going to be a tight one. It always is. So Notre Dame comes to the Coliseum. It's tight. 4th and 9. Freeman looks like he's going to punt the ball away.
Zachariah Branch waiting on the other end. Oh, it's going to be a fake and a throw. And a man open is Evans, and he's got it. Fake punt works all the way to the 49-yard line. Boy, that's some guts from that spot.
And Buchner, once again, becomes a hero. Almost a perfect circle. Coming back to Notre Dame, accomplishing a whole lot, doing good things. But now he's back in his home, and he makes a huge play. Notre Dame goes on to win 49-35, and they'll be in the playoff as a 5 seed for sure. What a journey. I mean, from the 10th best QB in the country to Notre Dame in a Gator Bowl, to Alabama in the CFB playoff, to a lacrosse national championship, back to a fake punt 4th down to help your team finish out their season with only 1 loss. Now that's a journey. That's a whole life he's lived through his 4 years in college. And for that reason, I think Tyler Buchner has the craziest sports journey of all time. At least in college, Tyler Buchner